said, with men this is impossible, with God things all are possible. In the Old Testament, a fellow lived right, Abraham, Solomon, they get rich and good health. They were promised that under the law.
Amen.
If you ever read Deuteronomy, if you do this and do that, do this, do that, do this, do that, then I'll bless you here, I'll bless you there, I'll bless you, you multiply here. 5, you put 1,000 to flight, and 10,000 to flight. You whip your enemies. You can go to battle. So I've kept my commandments, and let me beat the tar of my adversary. You beat him every time.
Amen.
And you go out there fighting, you haven't been living right, you lose the battle. Right. Works.
Amen.
That's the whole thing. Now, brethren, that's what the Charismatics got going. You know, Benny Hinn and that bunch of jerks are telling you? They're telling you, if you live right, you'll be rich. That's what they're telling you. You know why? Because they're rich. How'd they get rich? Off a bunch of suckers like you. And when I go out and preach, I can get in a church like this, any other church. I'm always a little nervous there when I look at the congregation, because I think to myself, could there be somebody here that's been sending in money to those swingers? I mean, I hope none of you sent any money to those Fruit Loops. Did any of you help? Any of you help Oral Roberts to keep from getting killed? Brother, you did a disservice to mankind if you did. You should have sent him a check that bounced. And the American people are suckers. And they're suckers because they're materialistic. So you want these good things. These fellows plant your seed faith. You know. Send in for gift order. If you send in for gift order number 5 and send in $5,000 as a gift, we'll send you absolutely free a ballpoint pen with the inscription, "There's a sucker born every minute." I mean, that's what's going on. I mean, honestly, people, honest to God, how can anybody think that Jimmy Baker was a preacher? How could you think that? I mean, that fish face. And Tammy Baker. My God, people, good night. If that woman kissed you, you die of lead poison. She winked at your eyelid would stick together probably. We got a joke down in Pensacola. We said they took off Tammy Baker's makeup and found Jimmy Hoffa. But people watch that garbage.
That's right.
Now, in this age here, these fake evangelists and all this fakey stuff, I don't see how a red-blooded man could watch that stuff on television for 5 minutes.
Right.
And a fellow told me, he said, "Well, Ruckman, you're kind of a Jurassic period character." And he said, "You don't realize what America's like today." I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Well, you talk about your yard and your garden, your dogs and stuff. Do you ever start thinking about this? Most Americans now don't have a garden or a yard or a dog." And he said, "They don't have any place to hunt. They don't have any place to fish. They're cliff dwellers. They're all stuck in these little condominiums, you know." And now I knew that, but I just hadn't thought about it, you know. I've done personal work in St. Louis and Chicago, and every door's got a latch on it, night chain. They open it that far when they talk to you, do personal work. They're all prisoners.
Right.
They're all locked in.
Right.
And he said, the average fellow in America goes to work and works a 4-hour week and comes home. When he comes home, he goes to a little cubicle. Sometimes he doesn't even have a wife. Or he does have a wife, hasn't got any children. He don't have any pets, unless he's got a pet canary, you know. They allow him a poodle in their apartment. And so the guy comes home beat to death, and nobody knows who he is. Nobody cares nothing about him. And he just sits there all by himself in front of this boob tube and says, "Speak to me, comfort me, help me, teach me," you know. Right. And so these fellas get on and butter him up and bootlick him, you know, and we had to work for them in the army. And makes them feel good, see? Makes them feel good. And that's what this John MacArthur, John Ankerberg, Chuck Swindoll, Benny Hinn stuff is. Right. It's just making you think about yourself.
Right.